Hello everybody, Frostwalker here. Today we're playing Kerbal Space Program. Now you might notice something a little different. It's in the bottom right corner. You see this? Version 1.0.2.842. Yes, that's right, KSP is finally out of early access and into the beta phase. Now, there are a lot of changes. Aerodynamics, new Kerbals, all kinds of crazy stuff, parts as well. Now let's get into this game. Now here you can see we have a new Kerbal. Yes, it is a she, and this she's name is Valentina Kerman. She is the new Kerbal that comes with this 1.0 update. Now, what comes with this update is, well, incompatible saves for me at least. So we're going to have to start a new career. So we're continuing with the KSP To Jool series, but however, yeah, we have to start over. So, yeah. It's great. Great, right? Yeah. Reactions. I like that logo. Anyone else like this logo? I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. Don't judge me. Alright, should be getting into the game soon. Soon. Maybe? Ah, yes. Yes. Thank you, Eugene. I knew everything. I know all. Alright, let's head into the mission control. Pick up some new stuff. Gather sign. Yeah, we can do these. Those are the easy ones. Check out our science, see if we can do anything. Check out the new tree. Can now see everything from the tree. Yes, that's right. You can see the entire tree. It's great. Now you can actually pick where you want to go. It's great. Great, great, great. Many greats have been said here today. Alright, today I think we're gonna do some science. Science! Yes. Hello, Werner von Kerman. Alright, let's set up a... Yeah, actually, you can see this little engineer's report thing down here on the bottom right. I almost forgot to mention this. This will show you your craft's weight, height, width, length, mass, how many parts, missing parachutes, unused resources, all that good stuff, It's a very handy part. Alright. Now we just need to gather science from anywhere around Kerbin. Alright, that sounds easy enough. Slap it. No. Put these on here. And then this. Whoa, that is not right. We'll use this rotation tool. You guys may not have seen this before, but this rotation tool, it is the bomb. You see, I just rotated the rocket so that way I can get our Kerbal out. You know what, let's just use Valentina. Jeb's a bit old. Jeb's still my favorite, but I say we include her. You know what I mean? Anyone? No? Whatever. Alright, we'll slap 2 parachutes, and let's see, science here, science there. That looks about right. It's a bit pricey for early stage though. Make sure, you always got to make sure to look at your staging too. Get out of here. Alright, let's just call it this. The Lidl Mark 1. The Science Gatherer. Oh, I should have called it that. The Science Gatherer. Feels like it packs a whole lot more punch than that. Time filler. Alright, Valentina, you are going to get out. Whoa, that was a bit of a spaz there. So look at you. Alright, yeah, you can see. Yeah, there's a lot of changes in the model. Like, the face has been rounded out. There's... I don't know, see if we can get back there, but there's a ponytail somewhere in there. It's got those eyelashes. They really had to exaggerate this. And let's see if we can see if this counts. Maybe? No? Really? Transmit, recover, or transmit any science. Oh, recover, derp. So, yeah, we just gotta recover it after the pod has gone up into space. Now you'll see I'm about to do something that will blow your minds. You can actually take all this science out, the crew reports included, and take it out of the pod, put it back in, and boom, you have another crew report slot. Boom, see that? It's amazing. And then we'll have another mystery goo for this same spot. And don't need to throttle up because they're solid fuel boosters, but anyways. And yeah, we're gonna break a couple world records here. You'll see 300 meters per second. Do a crew report. If I can, yeah, there we go. 3.5 science, that's good enough. Alright. 7.0 science. See if we can land somewhere else in the Kerbal Center. Somewhere else. Using this, you might have noticed that during the launch we got an insane amount of speed from just two puny solid fuel boosters. We got up to above 300 meters per second. I wasn't keeping track, but judging from the records, we didn't break 450, so we were above 300 but below 450 meters per second, which is decent. Alright, now we wait. Just noticed I reset the dang whatever. You'll notice I'm waiting because I gotta speed this up. Parachutes slow more now. And please deploy. You might have noticed he's taking a little bit to deploy. They nerfed them in the recent patches, so they take a lot longer to deploy instead of, instantly. I mean, it makes a little bit of real world sense, but it's a bit annoying if you're trying to go for speed records and stuff. Or, speed runs to places. Old center, basically. I don't know if we'll break these. I hope not. Yes, touchdown. Right, we'll get another mystery goo. The crew report, we got like none, but we'll get out, drop down, do another EVA report, grab. Hopefully this doesn't. Yep, it worked. Now we recover the vessel for science and money. Science! And also money. Yep. You'll notice we basically doubled, almost tripled our funds. And Valentina got an EXP too, so that's all good. That's all good. You'll notice we have 36 science, so we can research a ton of stuff. We'll go for, let me see. We're going to be shooting for orbit next, so we'll probably need the heat shield. So, what's this, 20, 18? We do not have enough, alas. It's too bad. We do have these fuel tanks, which are very, very tiny. So, I clicked on the wrong thing. Well, actually, let's just modify this first. We'll modify this. You notice I got a new cockpit. This is actually for planes, and not very useful for what these are. Do we have any staging? Yes, we have staging. Should I put it? We'll put it here. That's good enough. Might even put a couple hammers on here. You notice they renamed a bunch of stuff, and added a ton of stuff. Tons and tons. And there's also these Tier 0 basic fins. They have absolutely no control surface help on them at all. So, basically, you will spin out. There's no control. Meaning you cannot make them turn. But they keep you from, dying. We got here Science Junior. We'll slap that on there and put 2 landing legs crash tolerance on these is, yeah, extremely low. 6.0 meters per second. That is abysmal. Alright, let's see. We don't need that heat shield because I'm pretty sure this is not going to go very high at all. Oh, you see, we gathered the scientific data. That got us a lot. 24 reputation, 10 science, and 61k. Yep, let's save that. Exit, grab us another contract, and we'll be on our way. On our way for good. Out of the Kerbin system. I guess that's what it's called, the Kerbin system. And the wrong button yet again. Gosh dang it. Spastic mouse clicker is spastic. Luckily, you'll notice the loading times are basically halved. This new update improved the performance a ton. Like, the loading times, you know, the loading to get into the game is about halves, basically. It's actually pretty nice. We'll grab this escape the atmosphere test just in case, but I'm not going to grab the orbit Kerbin test because we only have 2 contract limits, and if we have 2 contract limits and we find another one and we can't orbit or escape the atmosphere, we will have a problem, and that will be bad, because then we'll either have to figure out a way to get into orbit or escape the atmosphere with these low-tech stuff, and that will be somewhat hard. I mean, all you really gotta do is spam the boosters, but it's still you're safer to do that. Let's grab another crew report. Yep, still gives us science. We have to exploit as much as possible. Alright, Jeb. You got your SAS on. You ready for this? Ready? Shake your head. No, fine, be like that. Launching anyways. I have absolutely no control over this vehicle in rotation-wise. Basically, it goes where it wants to. So, let's see if we can grab a... Yeah, we'll just override that since it didn't give us very much. Alright. Did that count? Yes, 1.6. Alright, we'll ditch that. Launch this. And we got another world first, so we got a couple of $1,000. Round 3. See if we can do another goo report. Science Junior. We'll wait until see how high we can go. Apoapsis does not tell us. But we are pretty high up and want to get into the blue because that's a new biome, technically. 17.5 science. Observe the mystery goo quickly. Good enough. Good enough. Deploy the gear. Alright, that's good, that's good. Now we'll just time accelerate. This is physical time warp, mind you. It accelerates things while you're... See, you see that? Because your aerodynamics will certainly destroy you if you mess them up. And in time warp, this is not the best option. Alright, let's physical time warp again until we get to around... There we go. And shoots deploy. Going in pretty hot. Pretty hot. Oh, look at that tiny little flag. Tiny flag. And slow down your time warp because you do not want to physical time warp while hitting the ground because that will increase your crash damage technically. Alright, we'll recover this. See how much science we get. I'm betting it's over 20. 25 maybe. Rough estimates. 20. Oh, I was close. About the middle. I think we got our monies back from that. Stability gives us radial decouplers, which is nice. We certainly don't have enough for those. So I'm gonna go with this first, because it gives us these nose cones and some fins, and also the radial decoupler, which is pretty crucial. Pretty crucial. Alright, let's head back to mission control, see what we can pick up. Not much. Not much. Let's see. We don't have any wings, so we won't make any planes yet. Or prototype any. Cannot make a plane with tier 1/0/2, whatever you want to call it. Alright. So... well, now I'll do that. Start a new craft. Put the command pod. Note the command pod has a somewhat low crash tolerance, but a high max temperature, which is good for re-entry. Good for re-entry. Depending on how high we go, we might need a heat shield. These nose cones help with, you know, stuff. Stuff. Alright, we'll take a decoupler. No, not you. Take this. Hold Alt and then left click to that copies things, by the way. Take this Reliant engine. No, it has no gimbling, and gimbling means it'll basically rotate the engine bell right here. This little thing that the thrust comes out of. It'll rotate that in a circle to rotate your craft, which is, it's pretty nice. In space, that's pretty much your only hope of rotation that's fast, at least. So basically, you have to use that in space until you get reaction control systems, otherwise known as RCS. We'll slap another 2 hammers on this. Whoa, how did you get like that? And there we go. Slap these 2 hammers on there, and what we will do is we will have these fire, then they will separate, and then when they separate, these 2 boosters highlighted in green when I hover over them. That is very helpful for staging, because the green, you know. And then, you know, light, stage, separate, I mean, forget the stage, but you stage anyway, so that stages, and then you have the thruster, and then it'll use fuel from top down or bottom up. It's weird how that works sometimes. And then you'll stage that, and then you won't forget to put a parachute on there instead. So, since it'll just decouple into that, so we don't even need landing gear, you just need 1 parachute. I'll call this one the hammer. Yeah, the hammer. The hammer! We're gonna have to build a hype train, too. Hype train for 2.0. No. Yeah. You also note you don't want to land on the engine bell because it has a small surface area and it can tip easily, and these engines have very low crash tolerance. So yes, don't land on them. If possible. I mean, if you're landing on the moon with an engine bell and you're going a couple meters per second, that's pretty sure that's fine. When you also note when you're in low tiers, you want to turn to the 270 degree mark. You want to turn towards this. You don't want to go directly towards that, because what this does is it makes you not land in the ocean, which is brutal. The ocean is brutal in this game. You land in it, your entire craft will just get destroyed. And the higher you go up, you want to just turn on the left, because that creates an orbit. See, we got a stage, and then, yeah, this happens if you turn too low, and it's pretty hard to control this. Yeah, very hard to control. So this is what happens when you don't have gimbal or wings on this. But we are going pretty high. I mean, look at this. 11.5 kilometers up. We'll just do a crew report, get some science from this. And now that we're in higher atmosphere, we should have a lot more control because there's not as much wind bothering our ship, and we should be able to throttle Also, when your craft starts to spin like this, throttle down, because you'll just end up throttling the other way, and you will kill yourself, basically, for fuel. Other reasons. Why do I get more control? Oh, well, yep, that happened. Also, no, you might want to put your staging and your parachutes in another thing, so that way when you stage, you don't automatically pull out your chute and possibly rip your craft apart. We made a ton of money on that run. Let's see how much we got. 217,000. That's a fair amount of cash. How high do we get on this? Jeez. 42,000 what was that? Kilometers, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Crew report, maybe? I can't bring Jeb out, so, because we're not out of the atmosphere. Pretty sure, yep, this gave us way more science. This was just a low science vessel. I just did this mainly for the money. Also, if you don't have SAS on, your Kerbal's going to end up throwing up, because look what happens. I just tapped the S key. It just keeps spinning. And then you try to correct it, and then it'll end up going the other way. Let's fast forward. Put him into a control somewhat. Jeez. Oh, hey, we got another contract completed. How much was this one? $10,000. Almost. Probably going to break some speed records with this. Pop this out. Yup. Yup. No speed records broken today. Oh. No, it's somewhat okay to release your parachute like this. It's really the ground that you hit when you have to slow down. Alright then. In that case, I am going to... Oh, not revert. I will leave this here. Leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Like it if you liked it. So I'll know if you want to see more of this. I'll upload better. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.